Good day, everybody. Today I am going to be showing you how to reference a book. And this is going to be a book that is written by an actual author. Before I go into it, I am going to remind you to subscribe if you have not subscribed before. Like the video, share the video, comment, and remember to watch the ads. So quite a few persons have been asking me to do a video to show you how you can reference a book with author. I have in my previous video shown you how to reference online source. I mentioned how you'd go about referencing an online source or bibliography with a person's name in terms of an actual author, but persons prefer to see it rather than me telling them. So this is what this video is all about. I am going to be referencing a book called My Father's Son Johnson, which is written by C. Everard Palmer. So first thing I want to tell you is the general or the basic element in terms of how you go about referencing a book. So what you normally look for are the author or authors, because sometimes it is written by more than one person, followed by the year of publication, then the title of work, which in this case would be the book title, and that will be followed by the publisher name. In some cases, you will have the city. If it is a case where you have the city, you will have the city coming before the publisher. So you'll have the city, a colon, and then the publisher would follow. And then a full stop would come at the end. Or in my previous video, I did mention that you could put a full stop after each section, but a full stop is not necessary after the URL is copied and pasted. All right. Okay. So an example is right here where you'd have the author. And of course, I remember telling you that the last name of the author will come first and it will be spelled out, and then that will be followed by the initials of the first and the middle name, if there is a middle name. So the example that is highlighted there in gray show you the last name, which is represented by author, then a comma, then the initial of the first name, which is the A that you're seeing there, followed by a full stop, space, and then the initial of the middle name, which is another A, followed by a full stop, then a space, and in bracket after that space you will put the year it was published. So the year of publication will be placed in bracket, followed by a full stop, and then the book title would be next. If it is a book that has a double title, meaning it has a main title and a subtitle, you will put the first letter of the book title in capital letter. Same thing will go for the subtitle. The first letter of the subtitle will also be in capital letter. And of course, your book title in this case will be placed in italics. So when you are referencing a book, the book title is what is placed in italics. After that, you'll put a full stop and a space, and then put the publisher name. So the example of the book that I am referencing, which is My Father's Son, you will notice that I have Palmer. Remember, the author is C. Everard Palmer. So you'll notice I have Palmer, which is the last name, followed by a comma, then a space, and the initial, middle and first name initials of his name. So you'll notice I have C followed by a full stop and a space, and then E followed by a full stop and space. Then in brackets you will see 2010, which is the year it was published. His book was published in 2010, followed by a full stop and a space, and in italics the book title is there. If it is somebody's name as well, you need to put that in capital letter. So not only should the book title first word or first word in the subtitle should be capitalized, but proper nouns must be capitalized as well. That will be followed by a full stop and a space, and then the publisher name comes next, which is Macmillan. If it was in America, you would normally have the city, and the city is usually abbreviated. Good, so you wouldn't spell the city all out, you would put like MA for Massachusetts or something like that, followed by a colon and a space, and then the publisher name would be next, followed by a full stop. What if it is a book that has two authors? If it is a book that has two authors, you would still list the names, starting with the last name, comma, and the initials, just like I had it before. Then a comma and a space, followed by an ampersand. Then the other author would come next. So between the two authors, you would have a comma and an ampersand. So that's the difference with a book that is written by one author and two authors. What if it is a book that is written by 3 or 7 authors? You would list all the last names and initials as usual. Of course, they will be separated by a comma, but the last author, before you type the name of the last author, that's when the ampersand is put in. So I have an example right below here. I'm going to highlight it and show you exactly what it is I'm talking about. So you'd have the names of the author there, and before the last author you have the ampersand there. Of course, a comma will follow all the names before the last author, of course. All right. What if it is a book that has more than 7 authors? You would type all the names and put the comma as usual, but after the 6th name you would use an ellipsis, right? And those are the dots that normally follow. The 3 dots that normally follow, we call it ellipsis. So an example is right here. I'm going to highlight it and you will see exactly what it would look like if it is a book that has more than 7 authors. All right, guys, I do hope you have learned something. Like the video, share the video, comment, and remember to watch the ads. Please remember to subscribe. Thank you.